Hola. So, another story time, synchronicity related story time for Approaching Nowhere. Today, I had to run home for something. I was hanging out with my mom's, digging around with Jay, teaching him with the stick and whatnot. And I had to run home to grab something and drop something off. I don't remember what I was doing, but I had to run home. And my mom asked me to stop and grab her a fucking $2 lottery ticket. Scratch off ticket. And stare at me. So I go well out of my way to get this fucking ticket, and so it's not on my route. I have fucking back alleys and shit I can cut through to get there, to get back home. And I have to go all the way around the whole fucking city, the main street, to fucking go to the store and buy her a $2 lottery ticket, scratch off ticket. So I do that. And I go home, I dick around on the internet and fucking I had to drop coffee off. I drop coffee off and I play around on the internet, waste a little time. And I head back towards my mom's place. Now, along the way, there's this really cute black chick walking down the street with like shorts on, and she's got like brilliant, beautiful, just excellent colored. You know, I got a thing for legs. I don't want to sound like a perv or anything, but I had a thing for sexy girls and sexy legs, and so I turned my head naturally to look at this girl again, to give her a second look, and as I'm staring at her, behind me, there's like a notch in the road that my bike hits it and fucking startles me, and I turn forward, and immediately as I turn forward, there's a car blowing a fucking stop sign right in front of me that would have just driven right into me had I not looked forward and hit the brakes because of that notch in the road. So right there is a neat little instance, but afterwards, right down the street there, I turn up to go walk my bike up the fucking hill because I don't want to ride it up there. And there's these two dudes, big muscular black dudes, coming at me. Or one of them might have been like Puerto Rican or something. He's dark skinned though, but he's coming at me and they're staring at me, and I can see that they're walking directly towards me. I don't have time to grab my knife because they're almost right on top of me. And as soon as they get near me, this dude stops his car in the road next to him and yells out, he's like, "Hey, you!" And so they stopped and they turned and walked over to him a little bit, and I walked by, and he's like, "Oh, I just thought you were someone else." Like, he had no reason to yell at them, just whatever the case may be, he fucking thought they were someone else. And he got them out of my way, and I kept walking, and they were definitely coming after me because they turned around then and started following me back up the hill, which, I mean, this is a big long fucking hill. There's no reason for them to be aimlessly wandering up and down this fucking hill. They turned around, they came back towards me. And when I hit the corner where I had to stop and wait on traffic and they were about to come up behind me, I went to reach for my knife and I grabbed it and I had it ready. But as soon as they got near me, a cop pulled up and stopped at the fucking intersection, and they turned around and started walking back the other way down the hill, booked out of there. So they were definitely coming to jump me, and I mean, the case as it stands, whatever happens, I mean, I'm very well trained and I've had a lot of experience, so somebody's gonna get hurt. If they manage to win over on me and get the lottery ticket that I have, which, mind you, I don't now, but if they manage to, overpower me and get that lottery ticket, then boo-hoo for me. I could have got hurt, just like I could have got hurt in that intersection with the car blowing the stop sign. These little things have altered my life inextricably. No matter what happened, if they hadn't overpowered me, they'd have gotten hurt real bad, and I'd have probably wound up stabbing one of them. So that's kind of a big deal, I don't fuck around with people like that in the streets out here. It's bullshit. And I want my lottery ticket, which, mind you, I get back to my mom's finally, I check my pocket, and it turns out that when I reached for the knife, I hit the fucking lottery ticket in my back pocket and knocked it out. And so it's gone. So I go looking for it, I don't find it. It's not there, of course, it just disappeared out of my fucking pocket as usual. And now, I have to leave and go back to the store up the street by the library now to get another lottery ticket for her. It's the $2 down the drain for the scratch off, though, that I bought, But as I'm walking up the street, there's these two underage white girls standing on the corner begging people for cigarettes. And I said, fuck it, and I gave them each a cigarette, and they each gave me $1 back for it. Now that's the $2 repaid for that lottery ticket already. And then I'm heading up the street, and I just get this feeling, this like gravitational feeling. It pulls me up a side street that I wouldn't normally go up, and I go up that street, and there's this dude sitting on the porch who says, nice shoes, which these shoes, I don't know if you saw them, these shoes are my sister-in-law's brother, so technically like I guess my cousin-in-law, maybe, family-in-law clothing line that he just started, which he's trying to promote. And it turns out that this dude is actually a clothing promoter. I tell him about it. He says, well, bring me an extra pair and I'll promote it out here in the hood and fucking get you guys hooked up. And you know, that was like an awesome little synchronicity there, which is set up. And all these little things happen, these little miniature synchronicities happen that are evidence is pretty much basically as it's saying. I mean, it was a guiding force that brought me to where I am right now, which, let's see what's going to happen here. There's always something. But all those little things happen as they did. But for the most part, it's excellent examples of the world kind of looking out for me, you know, making sure I didn't get hit by that car, making sure I didn't get jumped by those dudes. Simple shit like that to set up. And it also wound up driving me in a direction that caused for me to get another little sub-quest added on. You see, I play life as a game like that. And the thing of it is that, I don't know, that might sound a little like egotism to you to say that the world is looking out for me, but it does this shit all the time. This is always happening every day. And it will happen for you too if you can manage to do just two simple things. One, maintain protocol. Do not harm, do not lie, do not divide. That's as simple as that. Do not harm, do not lie, do not divide unless you're forced to in order to defend yourself or somebody else. And if you can manage to just pay a fucking attention, keep your eyes open, pay attention to the world, treat the world as though it were alive and actually capable of communicating with you, and you know, treat it with the respect it deserves as a living entity that is in fact present before you, and it will do this. And watch it happen. Anybody out there who's paying attention, anybody out there who's in principle dynamics or any of this, fucking watch it happen. Play with it. Test it out. See what happens. This is a science that I am developing for you guys based on my experiences in the past, beginning with my training in the Kundalini Impulse and Synchronicity. I have developed my own schematic for the mapping of this technology, because there is nothing not physical, there is no immaterial, there is nothing outside the realm of physics. Everything operates with rules and laws in play. Everything operates as a machinery. So I decided to go ahead and start mapping it out and develop a working schematic for this technology, for the science of how this technology operates, and that's what I'm intending to give to you guys. So anybody who's been with it, anybody who's paying attention, fucking test it out and then get back. Jump on the Remnants of Tomorrow homepage on Facebook, group page, and tell us your stories. Let us know what's happening. Share your stories with approaching owners. Share your stories with soul mechanics. Just fucking do something. I don't give a shit how you do it. Just get it done.